Greetings and salutations, YouTube. Casual Flacker here, back for episode number 4 of our Madden 22 Chicago Bears franchise. In the last episode, we got our asses handed to us by the Bengals, 31-3. That was after we switched playbooks over to the Baltimore Ravens. Let's go look at our stats for that last game. In case y'all forgot, I played this recently, so I kind of remember. Joseph Fields, 98 yards, no touchdowns, 3 picks, sacked 3 times. Rushing, he did have 10 carries for 146 yards, but he fumbled 3 times, and I'm pretty sure he lost all of them. Montgomery, 8 for 66. He wasn't able to get going because we were down for most of the game. And then, yeah, you see what we did receiving-wise. Blocking, Tevin Jenkins gave up another 3 sacks. It's terrible what Madden did to his pass blocking. Interceptions. I think Roquan Smith had a couple forced fumbles. Yeah, he did. He had 2. Okay. Oh wow, the scores were reversed. So we won our first game 31-3. We lost our second game 31-3. Interesting. We did do a little bit of negotiating. We got Allen Robinson re-signed. We decided these first 3 guys we're not gonna re-sign. Nichols and Daniels will be re-signed, and then we will re-sign Tavai and Jeff Gladney when we get to that point. And we did some scouting too. But yeah, so I'm not crunched for time, so let's go take a look at the Browns lineup, so we can kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with. So they've got Baker Mayfield, 85 overall. He has 96 throw power. Dang. We've also got the best running back duo in the NFL, hands down. Nick Chubb, superstar X Factor. He's going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. Kareem Hunt, 88 overall. He's also going to be a pain. He's actually slower than Chubb. That's odd. Wide receiver, they have Odell, Jarvis Landry, Hollywood Higgins, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Ryan Switzer. Okay. Austin Hooper, David Njoku, and Harrison Bryant at tight end. Good group of tight ends. They have arguably the best offensive line in the NFL. Second-year guy, Jedrick Wills. He was really good last year. Joel Bitonio, veteran. J.C. Treader, veteran center. Wyatt Teller, who broke out last year in a big way. I think he might have been an all-pro. If not, he was definitely a Pro Bowler. He's a really good right guard for them. Jack Conklin was a first-round pick of the Titans a few years ago. They let him walk. The Browns signed him. And he was really good for them. Well, we skipped over left end, but they do have Myles Garrett, the one person in Madden I fear above all others. At left end, they've got Jadeveon Clowney. So they have 2 former number 1 overall picks on either defensive end spot. That's frightening. Malik Jackson, Malik Dell. They're running the Malik duo there. Jordan Elliott and rookie Tommy Togai, something like that. So defensive tackle is a little weak, and then linebacker is another spot where they get a little iffy. Sione Taketake at left. Middle linebacker, Anthony Walker is not bad. Then right outside linebacker, they do have rookie Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, one of the biggest steals in the draft. He went in the 2nd round. They also still have Mac Wilson. And then they have Denzel Ward. He's a stud. We'll have to watch out for him. Greg Newsome, their rookie first-round pick. Another guy that's going to be really good. Greedy Williams in the slot is going to be good. He's an LSU corner. That's all they do is put out corners. They brought over John Johnson in free agency. He's a very frustrating name, especially since there's 3 of them named that. Rookie Richard LeCount, who's a big hitter from Georgia. And then they also have Ronnie Harrison and Grant Delpit at strong safety. So, yeah, they're kind of loaded. So I'm hoping maybe we can not get behind early. As much of a threat as Baker Mayfield is, we have got to commit to stopping the run. Why can't it just keep my changes? I want to be half pads all the time. And then we're gonna want to run it inside. The only way we can win, honestly, is ball control. Sorry about that. I've recorded this is I think like the third Madden video I've recorded today, plus two, or no, just one Pokemon video. I'm trying to get y'all some content out. I've been really lacking lately. Oh, and James Daniels gets an upgrade. It's good. Morale is down. That's cool. So let's jump into the game. Is there anything we can do to our uniforms? We can wear orange, but that's probably not best to do against the Browns. We could do this, but we're not going to because it looks like a soccer jersey. See how little their jerseys have changed over the years? Like, it's the same thing. Okay, well, that's what we'll do. I actually don't know how many superstars they have. Odell is a superstar for some strange reason. He's a superstar pretty much in name only. I know last year he wasn't good because he was hurt, but so we are going to give Cleveland the ball first. I think early on I'm going to try and run some of that nice little cover 3 hard flat, just to see if we can get some stops early. Roquan Smith delivers a big hit on Odell, but he manages to hold on and actually stays up, picking up. They credited him with 10 yards, and then they actually didn't get the first. Oh, they didn't get the first there either. Wow. Surely they're not passing here. On 3rd and inches? No. Okay. Kareem Hunt is the problem as well. I think there are some players in this game, obviously, that I think need to have their ratings adjusted. Some are too high, some are too low. Colin Kaepernick was one that we discussed earlier. Kareem Hunt, I think, is a little too high as well. And that's more from a balancing perspective. I'm not saying he doesn't need to be in the 80s, because he does. And obviously he would start on a good number of teams in the NFL. But he's an 85 overall backup running back on a team that's already loaded. Like, if Chubb comes out of the game from him, they're honestly not losing anything. Because Madden's a completely different animal to actual football. Oh, there are some factors in that I can't read because my recording computer is in the way. I need to read those. It's not showing me. Okay. Oh, interception, Tayshaun Gibson. Let's go. The pressure by Eddie Goldman. Oh, and Jedrick Wills is hurt too. Got his helmet off. Everything. Damn. So that was a huge play for us. Stopped him. Okay, game day factors. Inclement kicking. The kicking arc is severely shortened. Hustle. Players accelerate slightly faster than normal. Quality tariff. Players change direction slightly faster than normal. Okay. Four yards there for Montgomery. Not bad. He is at 200 yards on the season. No touchdowns so far, but that's okay. We'll get there. Justin Fields completes his first pass of the day to Darnell Mooney. And he breaks free. I don't know how many that was. Quite a few. I'm going to have to get a desk because I cannot see a lot of the stuff on the screen. Maybe it would help if I moved my TV over. Oh, there we go. Problem solved. Like I said, we switched to the Ravens playbook. We wanted a playbook that had a lot of quarterback keepers in it. I held down X. Don't need to do that. And of every playbook in the NFL, theirs should have more than anyone else's. Nothing developed in time, and I didn't decide to run quick enough. I think we're running. No, not quite the same play. It's very similar, though. I shouldn't have thrown that there. Yep. Not super fond of a lot of these routes. Marquise Goodwin does catch it. And we're going to take the points. That sack killed our momentum a little bit. I guess that's the inclement kicking thing. Couldn't see my kick arc, but we did have a little bit of, we could see a little bit of it close to the kicker, so we could kind of see where it was going. We got a 3-0 lead here. The first points on the board. Our defense has played well so far. We're not going to run this defense the whole game, though, so. That was an incomplete pass there. As Odell picks up, I think, 19 yards. Okay, we'll go back to the coach suggestions now. Not because that play, failed or whatever. Just, like I say, we will get a lot of stops that way, and I'd rather get them more organically. Roquan Smith comes up with a huge stop. Roquan Smith is a guy that's going to follow in a long line of, really good. Ooh, nice tackle by Eddie Jackson. A long line of really good Chicago Bears linebackers. You had Brian Urlacher. You had not Devin Singletary, Mike Singletary. Devin Singletary is a running back for the. Oh, Roquan Smith, channeling those legends. The Mike Singletary, Dick Butkus, the man who dreamed about killing someone on the field. If y'all remember last game, Smith came through the hole. Oh, intercepted. Jalen Johnson, his first pick of the season. Get the ball to the 50. Baker Mayfield looking more like Sam Darnold than himself this game. Let's go. That was just a really bad pass. Okay, who's my read guy? I don't really like running it up the middle so much just because I don't have as much of an opportunity to slide. Cole Kmet with the catch there. I think we're short of the first. Yeah, a couple yards there. See, here's just a designed QB run that's not play action. That's not a read option. Most playbooks don't have that. Fields uses his speed to get around the end. 33 yards on the play. 33 yards on the day. We got sacked, I believe, on this play last time. Cole Kmet is there over the top. And we get the ball down to the 3. Get into a goal line set. Let Montgomery power it in. Oh, get in. Need a yard. No, I want to run. I really want the same thing. And we pick it up. Let's go. David Montgomery's going to go jump in the dog pound. So, a 10-0 lead here. I really like all the changes they made where like there's different field conditions each week, so it affects stuff. Instead of just, weather. Obviously, weather's a thing. And you can fall, but the only thing weather really did was you could fall over and slip in like the rain and snow. That's okay. And then the home field advantage is obviously really neat, and the momentum stuff, that's cool. So there are a lot of good features that they added this year in Madden, but there are a good number of bugs that I'm hoping get patched out. I know I spent a lot of time complaining about how, the ways that they choose to make the game difficult last episode, but I know that that's really hard to do in a game like this. Oh, another pick. Jeff Gladney, his first this season, locking up Jarvis Landry. Look at that read. He just swiped it out of his hands. Swipe or no swiping, as we've already got 3 turnovers on the day. Tariq Cohen's in the game here. Ooh, Justin Fields with the spin move. Look at him go. Oh, and it gets peanut punched out. So the interception manages to do nothing. Montgomery with a fumble in his second straight game. Didn't fumble at all in week 1, and he carried the ball nearly 30 times. So we've got interceptions this game for Tayshaun Gibson, Jeff Gladney, and Jalen Johnson. See if we can get all the starting backfield one. Eddie Jackson's the most likely one to get one, and he doesn't have one. So we've got Ojemudia on Odell Beckham. It looks like most of the time. That's where I've seen him at. I have Jarvis Landry playing in the slot, I guess. And Khalil Mack was in coverage in that play for some reason. And in coverage on Kareem Hunt at that. Okay. JC Tretter's hurt. I don't know if what's his face? If Jedrick Wills ever came back in the game or not. We've got Danny Trevathan, Jelani Tavai, Khalil Mack rushing. Yeah, we had a bunch of dudes rushing, and they had Njoku wide open out in the flat. That's not surprising. So touchdown Browns. They're going to put it within 3. Aldrick Rosas is their kicker. So let's do something offensively here, boys. Minute 57 left in the quarter. This game's gone by kind of fast. Or at least I feel like it has. Oh, tack on another 15 there. Unnecessary roughness. Yeah, I think so. John Johnson out here. And like Greg Williams is still the defensive coordinator in Cleveland. It really bugs me that Cleveland doesn't have any kind of a logo on there at the 50. You know, at least use that like alternate logo with the dog. Oh, Demir Bird. Look at him go. Huge gain there for the 4th string wide receiver. We got some pretty solid routes here. Cole Kmet wide open in the end zone. Let's get him into the dog pound too. (17-7) lead. Minute and 15 left for Cleveland to have a chance to go down and score. They definitely could do it. I would qualify our defense right now as a work in progress. We've got a lot of pieces in place. You know, Khalil Mack is obviously a monster, but he's kind of a guy that we may look to. He's a guy that we may end up trading this season. Jelani Tavai is rushing the passer. I don't know how I feel about that, but okay. And Baker's going to take off running. Yeah, get him to slide. Baker does have some wheels. That's not unrealistic. He will take off and run. He's just not. You know, some of the other quarterbacks in his class are a little bit more athletic. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Of course, you list those guys, and those are arguably the 2 most athletic quarterbacks in the NFL. Lamar Jackson, I would say, is definitely number 1, and then it's kind of, I guess, a toss-up of what you want to consider, like, athletic. Oh, Tavai nearly got a sack. But he didn't because I usered him and screwed it up. But like obviously Patrick Mahomes, they're NFL quarterbacks. They're all outstanding athletes. Odell just straight up dropped that pass. Your receivers are not helping you out, Baker. Well, he might can get to field goal range. I'm not going to push it too hard though. I mean, Mahomes is a crazy athlete. Cohen leveled that dude. You know, he's a crazy athlete. You've seen the kinds of plays that he makes behind the line of scrimmage to make things happen. So that in and of itself is that's a different type of athleticism. But it is still athleticism. And Josh Allen could do that too, to a certain extent. We actually made the catch there. That could have definitely gone a whole lot better if I would have not thrown it off my back foot. I didn't really mean to. Oh, that went really poorly. Goal here is to get into field goal range. Obviously, we want a touchdown, but field goal range is the priority. Honestly, let's how do we do hot routes X and send him on a streak. I mean, he didn't get open, but he kind of took some of the coverage away. Run this for Cohen here. Oh no. You know what? I haven't run a fake punt yet on this. Let's see what we can do. Oh, well, that's not on O'Donnell. He delivered a perfect pass. I can't help it if Marquis Christian can't catch. I'm not gonna lie. I thought about throwing it into the end zone, but I decided against it because oh, that was picked, but I don't know if it counted or not. Yes, run inside. Commit to that and keep defending the inside run. I'm gonna go look at my stats because yeah, they're calling it 4 turnovers. I don't know who that was that picked that off though. Well, if they had a no, that was just his 4th interception. Okay. Okay. Roquan Smith already has 5 tackles, tackle for loss. Artie Burns, Gladney, Jalen Johnson, and Tayshawn Gibson. So Artie Burns got that last one. He's low key been a contributor. He had a forced fumble against the Rams that kind of turned the tide, gave us the momentum we needed. Now the problem with this playbook is getting running plays that aren't read options. There we go. There's something. Because I don't always want to let Fields run it. You know, we got a workhorse back. Owusu Koromo is hurt for the Browns. We've had a lot of guys go down to injuries here. I think they need to. I need to fire their conditioning coach. Okay, so Garrett is the read guy. And he overcommits. Oh! God! I don't know who that. I think that was Roddy Harrison. Just took off Justin Fields' head. Dear Lord. He needs some milk. Alright, so Justin Fields survived that absolutely massive hit. And then John Johnson comes up with a stupid interception. He was open. Justin Fields didn't put it where I wanted it, and John Johnson is not that good of a ball hawk. It's like a half a sack for 3 people. I think that was Khalil Mack, Bilal Nichols, and Akeem Hicks were all technically involved. Oh, forced fumble. So strip sack there for Khalil Mack. Kareem Hunt manages to at least recover. I know he at least recovered the yards they lost. How is Mack not in his X Factor? Oh, nice tackle by Gladney. And he technically forced a fumble, too. When we get to the offseason, we need to be careful that we don't overspend in free agencies. I have a tendency to do that when I play Madden with the salary cap on. But that's for I don't know why that even bothered popping into my head, but the Browns are out here just looking for heads. They are delivering some monster hits on my runners. I'm not going to hold that interception against Justin Fields. He didn't exactly put it where I wanted him to. I wanted it to go further over to the right. And then have Komet break towards it, but it is what it is. And at the end of the day, it probably shouldn't have even been intercepted. And Garrett chases me down. Allen Robinson had like just come open on that play. And get hit on fourth down. Pass falls incomplete. Nearly picked off by one of the defensive linemen. But luckily, he's a defensive lineman, so didn't have to worry about it. Landry calls for the fair catch, and the Browns are going to get it back with 4:45 left in the third. See, this is a competitive game. We're up by 10 because we're winning the turnover battle. As we continue to win the turnover battle. Oh, Jeff Gladney with his second. And is he going to run it back? He is. Oh, the former first-round pick of the Minnesota Vikings. There for 1 year, cut, and now here in Chicago, making an impact on the new Monsters of the Midway. Pick 6 for Jeff Gladney, his second of the day, 24-7. That is our 5th pick in this game. So I am imagining that our defense is leading the league in turnovers, and offensively we are probably leading the league in turnovers as well, since we had 6 last game. Oh. Careful, guy. That was real close there to an illegal tackle. Khalil Mack is rushing from the right side. Odell's just doing Odell things. Baker Mayfield doing his best Nathan Peterman impersonation. At the end of the day, we can take pride in knowing that Justin Fields' interception was because of a good defensive play. Mayfield's interceptions have been bad throws. Roquan Smith should have got the sack there. I shouldn't have ever taken him over. And I think it said that Goldman was hurt. Yes, he is. Great. Oh, and Nick Chubb finally breaks a big one. broken ribs for Eddie Goldman. We're going to probably have to go get a new defensive tackle or a defensive end or something, because I guess if we found a defensive end that we liked, we could move Bilal Nichols in or Akeem Hicks. Akeem Hicks is a nose tackle anyway. I don't know why he plays defensive end. He's like 6'4" and 357. I don't know why he plays defensive end. I shouldn't have taken that out. Yeah. So we're at the 20. 24-14. We've contained Nick Chubb up until that point. He just finally broke one off. It's going to happen when you're playing against good running backs. 9 rushes, 42 yards for David Montgomery. I don't even know what Justin Fields is at. So our read guy is that corner. I honestly just handed it off. I couldn't tell what the read was. I knew who the read was, but I didn't know. I couldn't see it, so I didn't know one way or the other. Someone got hurt for them. Guessing that's a linebacker. I don't know for sure, I suppose, because with numbers now, he could be anything. Another good run by Montgomery. He's got 65 yards on the day. White hair. That is a defensive back. No, it's not. That's a Wusu Koromoa. He's basically still a defensive back. But still, you were at the center. I was running to the outside. How are you going to let him get that far back in the backfield? And Whitehair is one of my good offensive linemen, too. Guess we'll whip this play out. I did not want to switch where that was going. I really don't like it going this way. It's hard to turn and block. Tariq Cohen's hurt. Which basically just means David Montgomery's going to be in on everything. Damian Williams only got into the game as our RB2. He was not a pass catcher. He wasn't a power back or anything. He dislocated his shoulder. That's fine. We're just making our way downfield, running the ball, passing if we have to. Ran right into a defender, but we picked up a couple. Plays that you have to read the corner are kind of stupid on this. Okay, I guess in all fairness, I could fix that by having a bigger field of view. I'm really not positive that he caught that, but we'll go with it. Who's my read guy? Okay, let's. I don't know if this is going to fix it or not. Surprised he didn't fumble there. To answer the question, that didn't fix it. I still couldn't see him. So basically, if we run that play and the corner is the guy we're reading off of, just go ahead and give it up, and you'll be better off. I think that's what I'm gathering from that. This is not a good front to be passing against. They have so many people back there to stop the pass. Montgomery gets in for touchdown number 2, and I think that might seal the deal. 31-14. Theoretically, yep. Another injury for Cleveland. And again, this game has turned into a little bit of a blowout. It's a lot closer than it looks, I think. Um, the big obvious difference that you point to is the fact that Baker Mayfield has thrown 5 picks. And I think we haven't recovered a fumble. He has fumbled it once, but we didn't recover it. And then I think Kareem Hunt fumbled out of bounds once too. Ojemudia right there. Odell's kind of got the best of him this game, but I'm okay with that because everyone else has pretty much been locked down. Gladney's done a really good job on Jarvis Landry. Jalen Johnson has shut down whoever he's been on. Their one touchdown came from Njoku. It wasn't even from Odell, and that was just because we were running a blitz. So, and Ojemudia gets the pick. The only one of our top 4 corners that didn't have one today. Interception number 6 for Mr. Mayfield. Oh. I know Cleveland Browns fans are sitting there with the Rob Schneider being there like, oh no, we suck again. Time to look to replace him. He would, I think, be a free agent after this season. No, maybe not this season. Maybe the next season. Third and 5 here. Let's hot routes. Allen Robinson. We'll send him on a fade. That really wasn't what I wanted, but it'll work. Oh, he threw it up for him. He didn't get it. That's fine. I feel like that was the hardest kick we've had today. Just because we weren't lined up dead center. So 34-14 now. Didn't finish it off with a touchdown, but I think there's only been one drive that we didn't score off of a turnover, so that's pretty good. Oh, Khalil Mack just destroyed Jack Conklin. Got to Mayfield, 2.5 sacks today. He has 5.5 on the year. Now his superstar ability, or his X Factor ability's on. Oh, okay. Well, Kareem Hunt. Oh, Tayshaun Gibson. No. Oh, we brought him down. I really thought he was going to score on that play. And Khalil Mack is now out of his X Factor. Yeah, 2 of the scariest pass rushers in the NFL, and they really haven't been the story today. It's been my defensive backfield getting picks. I think this might be the most I've had in a game. Yeah, I know it is for this Madden. I don't know if I've ever gotten 6 in a game I played against the CPU before. Not on All Pro anyway. And I haven't messed with the sliders either. These are default All Pro sliders. So you can blame Madden for Baker Mayfield looking like Nathan Peterman. So this isn't even Nathan Peterman. This is like Jay Cutler. This is like end of his time with Chicago, Jay Cutler. Passing for like 300 yards, but getting picked off 6 times. And there's touchdown number 2. Yeah, he's definitely looking like Jay Cutler here. (34-21). It is a 2-score game as they they go for the onside kick that I didn't prepare for. Oh, I didn't realize there was less than 2 minutes. Oh man, if Gladney would have returned that. Oh, that was a hell of a tackle. hurdled my blocker and then just said, I really wasn't sure how to read that. Okay, we kind of need to pick up the first here. And we do. And that's game. No more timeouts for the Browns. This may be a bad idea, but I am going to run it again. I really want to get Montgomery to 200 yards or to 100 yards. That's what I'm going for. He only needs 6 more. I think that was enough. Yep, he has 100 yards on the day. And Jalen Fields takes it home. Look at that hole. He would have run for a while with that hole. Two-point conversion to Cole Kmet is good. 42-21 win for the Chicago Bears. Here's hoping we can pick Baker Mayfield off just one more time. That was Justin Fields' first career rushing touchdown, for what it's worth. We got Tavai and Khalil Mack rushing the passer. They moved Hooper in as a blocker. No, they didn't. They just moved him in. Oh. Eddie Jackson was down there. If he would have actually gone for an animation, he probably would have picked it. Okay. I would move Jelani Tavai permanently to outside linebacker. Oh, there's another one. Jalen Johnson, interception number 2 on the game. And Justin Fields is going to get to end it with a knee. 42-21 win for the Chicago Bears. Fields, 11 rushes, 105 yards, and a touchdown. Had 100 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns for David Montgomery. Baker Mayfield, 19 of 34, 297 yards, 2 touchdowns. You see that, you think, oh, that's a good game. And then you see the 7 interceptions. So, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. I thought my game last week was bad. Nick Chubb, 7 carries, 69 yards. Nice. I don't know why I'm looking. Oh, actually, Kareem Hunt had 100. Well, that's because he had that long run. I don't know why I'm looking at their stats. I don't really care. Justin Fields on the day passing 13 of 18, 167 yards, touchdown and an interception. That's really all we ask of him. Montgomery, 22 carries, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 fumble, 1 broken tackle. Justin Fields, 11 carries, 105 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 fumble. Both very good games. Receiving, Cohen had 4 for 15, 4 for 50 for a touchdown for Komet, 2 for 57 for Mooney. Goodwin had 2 for 17, and Damiere Byrd 1 for 28. That's the second game in a row that Allen Robinson has been without a catch. Jason Peters allowed 1 sack, none for James Daniels. Tevin Jenkins only allowed 1 sack this game, and it was probably against Myles Garrett. So, honestly, not that upset. Khalil Mack, 2 tackles for loss, 1 apiece for Bilal Nichols and Roquan Smith. QB sacks, 2.5 for Mack, half a sack for Bilal Nichols. Interceptions. 2 for Jeff Gladney, 2 for Jalen Johnson, 1 for Artie Burns, 1 for Ojemudia, 1 for Tayshaun Gibson. Burns somehow managed to lose 42 yards on his return. Okay. Pass deflections. Jalen Johnson also had 2 of those, 1 for Ojemudia. Forced fumbles, 1 for Mack, 1 for Gladney. Gladney better get a breakout scenario because he also had a touchdown. 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, 1 touchdown. But at the end, the most important thing is the W against a Cleveland Browns team that is notoriously good in simulation. Can't beat the Bengals, but we can beat them. Roquan Smith gets an upgrade. We'll put it into Field General. So he goes up to an 89 overall. Still think he should be superstar, but it's whatever. Komet gets 1. He goes up to a 74 overall. That's the great thing about upgrading tight ends, man. They get so many upgrade points when you do it because they only have 3 total. 1 new injury. It is to Eddie Goldman, who broke his ribs. So, yeah, we're going to have to go find a new... Let's go do that right now. Free agents. Defensive tackle, we have Zach Kerr, Domata Peko, Star Latulele, Nathan Shepard, Mike Daniels, Justin Zimmer, Andrew Billings. He did play, I think he played for the Browns. Corey Legit is still in the NFL. I guess he's in. I thought he was a lot older than Sylvester Williams. 8 years pro. Okay, that's why. It's because he's been a pro for 2 years longer than Sylvester Williams has. Sondre Dre. No, none of those guys. I guess we could do that. We could sign. Robert Kimdichie is still around. That's odd. I don't want to sign anybody, so Mario Addison. Who's it left in? Vinny Curry, Ryan Kerrigan. And unless I can go get a defensive tackle for cheap, because I kind of need some depth there anyway. Who's on the trading block? Like, I know Matt Ioannidis is going to be there, but I don't need Ioannidis. He's too expensive. There's not much there other than him. Well, it looks like I'm making a trade with Washington. Is it worth getting Ioannidis? No, not really. I'll trade him a 5th-round pick at next year's draft. Hopefully that is enough. Yep, okay. So Tim Settle, welcome to the team. You will be our number 2 defensive tackle. Don't really know where we're going to cut somebody. We have a lot of depth on the offensive line. No, he's gonna give me a penalty that I don't need. Here we go. Oh, go. Why are you doing a security scan right now? I'm in the middle of something. Okay, so there we go. Okay. So Settle will be good depth behind Goldman, at the very least. Only problem with Tavai playing right outside linebacker in our scheme is he's really not a pass rusher. And we get Budding Commander Tier 1. Which means we are going to get even more experience for Justin Fields. Okay, so we managed to beat the Browns, which is nice, because now we have 2 winnable games against Detroit and Vegas. All right, well, you're kidding me. You are kidding me. Gladney did not get a dev trait scenario for that game. Oh, I don't know why I'm looking at this. I already know I don't want any of them. Scout college players. This dude looks really interesting. Take him off. Take him off. Hal Beaver. Great name. Too bad you can't stick around. No, I don't want to scout you yet. See this wide receiver. Mid first. 6'5", 229. So Khalil Mack has come up and said, I feel like my heart just hasn't been in the game lately. Thinking about hanging up the cleats. Well, we need him to stick around for at least long enough for me to trade him and him be someone else's problem. The problem right now is that if he goes, our pass rush is just, it's gone. So I don't have a good edge rusher outside of him. What are his stats looking like? Allen Robinson is still leading my team in yards, and he hasn't caught a ball in the last 2 games. That's sad. Tevin Jenkins has given up 8 sacks. That's also sad. Mac has 5.5 through 3 games. We have 9 picks already through 3 games. And so that's 11 turnovers. Like, I don't want to trade him just because I don't have, like I said, I don't have pass rush. We'll just play it by ear because as long as we win games, he'll stick around. If we win or if we lose like the next 2 games or something, that's probably when I'll trade him. But he will definitely help us win against Detroit, and he gets a revenge game against the Raiders. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you liked seeing a little bounce back game from us and us absolutely embarrass Baker Mayfield. So if any of you don't like Baker Mayfield, well, there you go. Yeah, guys, that's going to be it for the episode. So please remember to like if you enjoyed. And this is Casual Flacker saying bye bye.